So welcome back to the channel everyone, Triple M here, Triple MRC. In today's video we're taking a look at the EACHINE. This is the ES511s, and this is a beginner drone, guys. So if you guys are new into the hobby, want to get started, don't want to invest a lot of money where you can go ahead and lose it for whatever the case is, this is a good option for you. So this does have GPS, it does come with a 720p camera in the front. This tiltable, there's no gimbal control, but you can go ahead and get some decent shots off of it. It does have a lot of cool modes, as you can see right here: GPS, return to home, headless mode, altitude hold. It does have a HD camera, speed control, and it does have follow me as well, and we'll be testing these features out. So now the box, as always, is really banged up, so hopefully there's no damage going on. But this was sent over to me by Banggood, and I will be leaving a link in the description where you guys can pick it up if you want to go ahead and do so. Also, I will be looking for coupon codes if you guys are interested. So let's go ahead and see what's in the box. So here are the contents of the box, and first thing, you do have your instruction booklets, and these will tell you everything you need to know about the drone, guys. You have a little baggie. So you do have these screws in the bag, and this is for essentially attaching the propeller guards, mostly used if you're indoor flying, guys. Keeps everything protected, keep yourself from getting hurt, keep the drone from being damaged when you're indoors. You do have your charging cable, and this is for the battery. I'll show you guys where that goes in a second. You have two spare props, and you do have a screwdriver. This is a small Phillips head, and where this comes in handy is to the controller, which does use 4 AAA batteries. So you will need to provide your AAA batteries. Really disappointed that there's not a charging system for this controller. Now over to the controller, you have the 2 antennas up top. They do flip out a little bit. You have your left stick, your right stick. You look a little bit closer. So you do have this button right here, and this is essentially to calibrate the actual drone, and I'll be showing you guys how to use that in a second. You do have your camera control, so this is to rotate the gimbal down, and this is to rotate it back up. You do have your on and off switch. You do have your automatic landing, automatic takeoff. You do have your batteries indicator in the top, and you do have a stop button right here. Guessing that will land the drone. Maybe you get in trouble, you want to go ahead and do a quick landing. We'll check it out when we get into the flight. On the back, you do have your camera, you do have your record button, you do have your photo button. This is your speed control, and this essentially is your orbit mode, which we'll be testing out. As far as getting your phone in here, there is a little tab, 2 tabs right here on the bottom. All you do is pull this down, slide down this way, and there we go. And this is just big enough to fit my iPhone. This is the XS Max, and this is in a case. So this definitely will not fit your tablet, but if you have a phone of this size or smaller, you won't have any issues. So here's the drone itself, and like I said, this is a foldable drone. So front legs come out this way, rear, and this is actually pretty light, guys. All right, so it shows off GPS right there. It does have the button up top to go ahead and turn it on. Here's a camera. Let's go ahead and peel it off, and this does rotate via the app. Flip the landing legs up, they do snap in, so you know that they're actually fully extended. This does come in a 2.4 gigahertz as well as a 5 gigahertz model. It does come with different resolutions for the camera as well. So this is a 720p resolution, but you can get this in a 1080p as well. Now, depending on which version you get, you can either get the 2.4 gigahertz or the 5 gigahertz. So just know that the 5 gigahertz will give you a little bit more distance. The weight of this is 280 grams. The distance will give you about 200 to 300 meters. As far as the flight time, you're getting 14 to 16 minutes, and the battery charge time is 120 minutes to 150 minutes. So it does take a while. Back, you do have a LED. You do have some vents right here on the fin. You do have vents right here as well on the legs in the front. You do have intake system right here. It looks like 2 LEDs on the front. Of course, there's actually an SD card slot right here, so you need to insert your SD card. One wasn't included, so SD card goes right there, and that's where you'll pull your main videos from. And below, you can see that you do have your antenna. As far as getting the battery out, slide it this way. There it is. It's a 7.4 volt, 1200 milliamp per hour battery, and this is 25C LiPo. These are the contacts inside of the drone. This is your charging area. Go ahead and snap it back in. Doesn't securely snap in. I turn it on. We do get the LEDs. The gimbal did move up and down, kind of center itself. Back is flashing red. And what we're going to do now, guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get the app downloaded. We're going to take it outside and take it for a spin. So here we are on the phone, and this is the app that we're going to use for this. Is the LWFPV. So before we go ahead and do anything, we need to turn on the drone. So long press. All right, we'll start flashing. We're going to go ahead and turn on the controller. We'll hear that beeping. And from our actual phone, we're going to go into our Wi-Fi settings. And we're going to look for the drone. It should pop up in a second. So there it is, Wi-Fi 720p GPS. So connect to that. All right. It will tell you that you won't have internet. That's pretty standard. We're going to go ahead and launch the app. Going to hit start. And there we go, guys. You can see that we do have the live view. Battery's at 79%. We can switch back and forth between the map and the actual camera, which is pretty cool. So let's go over some of the settings. You do have your altitude and your distance. You do have your speed, vertical and your horizontal speed. You do have your position. You also have your pitch, roll, and yaw. So this is just sensors from the drone. So if you turn it that way, numbers will go forward, and you guys get the point. In our settings, we do have our joystick settings. So if you guys wanted to switch to mode 2, you can go ahead and do so. Take off only when GPS, that option is there. You do have your speed, high or low. You can calibrate the accelerometer as well as the magnetometer. As far as your pattern, and this is your waypoint settings, guys. So default height set to 20 meters right now. Maximum height of waypoint set to 50. You can do the speed, so you can do speed 1 through 6 or whatever. So if you want a faster travel point, you can go in and do so. Maximum stay set to 0, maximum radius. So you can play with all those settings. Over to map, you do have some settings there. So aircraft is by default in the center of the map. Coordinates auto calibrate China. Not sure what that is. Maybe I'll play with it and see if it makes a difference, turn it on versus turning it off. As far as your map type, you do have standard, satellite, or hybrid. Over to other, so real-time preview, you can set it 480p or 720. You do have the option to inverse your camera as well, guys. So further down, you do have your VR settings. So if you guys have VR goggles, you can go ahead and use that setting. Camera, it starts recording right there, and that's should be recording to the SD card. You have the option to take a photo. There we go. And the last button on the right actually gives you the playback of the photo you just took or video that you just took. Let's go back. Now on the left side, this is for your smart flight functions, guys. So you do have the option for your waypoints. You do have the option to follow me, and you do have the orbit options as well. Also below that, you do have the option. This essentially is being controlled by your phone, so you don't need a controller. You can actually pull the controller up, and you can use these sticks to actually navigate or control the drone. You have the return to home, so if you guys are in trouble, click this little guy, it will return to home. You do have your lock right there as well as your auto takeoff. So that's basically for the application. Let's go ahead and fire it up and take it outside. So here we go, guys. We're going to go ahead and put this in the air, see how it looks, see how it feels, see how it functions in the actual elements, especially with the wind, because this is a pretty light drone, so curious to see how good that will hold up. So this will not be a range test, so let me go ahead and turn it on. There we go. We do have a full battery there, and we're waiting for it to pop up here. Turn this on as well. And there it is right there, Wi-Fi 720p. So how this works, essentially, it's connected to my phone, not the actual controller. So these are basically just dummy, guys. These don't really do anything. That's why you're able to essentially pull your phone off and use your phone only to control it. So gonna launch the application, hit start, and there we go. So before we do anything, we want to do a quick calibration of the compass. So to do that, we're going to hit the button in the top left. It does start beeping, and in the front the lights will start flashing. So we're going to hold it up like this. We're going to turn it 3 times. There we go. Now we're going to face it down, turn it another 3. And there we go. All set. So we are ready to start flying. Let me go ahead and start recording here. It is a 720p camera. And we're recording. Controller's on. And let's go ahead and see if it'll take off by itself. And there we go. So let me tilt the camera up a little bit. And we'll let it hover, settle down. So what happened there is I had to actually arm the propellers. That's why I was waiting on. I thought it was a GPS, but it's part of the growing, learning pains, I guess. So let me go ahead and pick it up a little bit. Let's walk around. Mostly sturdy. We do have some wind hitting it. It looks like it's holding its own, guys. All right, we are recording. Let's go ahead and we're going to take it up a little bit, take it out. You can see the wind is really fighting, guys. So one thing about this is that, go to birds. Like right now, I'm having issues with FPV. So that's what's expected of Wi-Fi. Holy crap, birds are everywhere. Pretty awesome. There we go. Birds don't know what to do. So if you guys look at the image, this is what the image looked like. That's the difference between a budget drone and actually something that's higher end. You're not gonna have a gimbal on there, which actually stabilizes the image, guys. So when I'm rocking from left to right like that, you're gonna see the angle of the picture change and not stable at all. So pretty cool. There is some interruptions there, but go ahead and pitch it down a little bit. It looked like I just lost GPS again. Oh, there. Not the GPS, looked like I just lost the video again. And like I said, that's going to happen often. Let's go ahead and check out some of the features. So one feature that they included is the headless mode, and that's achieved by pressing this stick right here. So in headless mode, guys, when that's activated, everything that you move towards you will bring the drone back to you. Move forward will move the drone away from you. And this comes in handy in some situations where you lose your orientation and you just want to get the drone home. So let's go ahead and try it out. So we're going to press the stick. So it should be headless mode. So if I pull it back to me, it should come towards me. And there we go. Forward, it will go away from me. So that's very useful, especially for the new flyers. If you lose your orientation, you can go ahead and use the headless mode to get it back. Let's go out a little bit more. Like I said, this is not one of those drones you're gonna fly a mile out or whatever the case is. This drone, you just want to have fun close to home. But it does look good in the air, guys, pretty stable. And we're gonna test out the return to home here in a little bit. But one thing I wanted to do is some of the smart functions. So let's go ahead and try to follow me. So we're gonna hit this guy right here. All right, let's walk. Look like it is following me. What if I back up a little bit? So you can see it is moving towards me right now. If I stop, it stops, move towards it. You can see it's backing away from me right now, guys. So pretty cool. wonder if it's still tracking me. Alright, so it looked like it stopped tracking me once I stopped. This thing is fast. Let's do a quick speed test. We're gonna hit the button right here. Try to get the high speed mode. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. So that should be the highest speed right there. You can see this thing is going pretty fast, guys. Don't think we'll have enough time to do a waypoint, but let's see if we can do the fly around. So if we hit this button on the back, it's gonna go up and it's gonna orbit. So it's gonna go to a spot, it's gonna turn around. And then I should be able to move the direction I want it to go. And there it goes. So you guys can see I'm not touching the stick. It's actually going around me pretty slowly. And that's something I probably need to practice on. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel that. So that was that. So let's try to take a quick photo. Here we go. Let's try to circle into another one. Let's move the gimbal up a little bit. See if we can get the lake. And photo. Alright, so pretty cool that you can take a photo and the video actually keeps on going, guys. Alright, so we're sitting at 36%. So let's go ahead and do a quick return to home and see how close it gets. So hit the return to home button. Alright, it is going up. Alright, so it is coming home. Let me tilt it down a little bit. See if I can go all the way down. So it's coming down very slowly. It does look like it's on point. It looks like we're going to be off a little bit. I guess it gives you an option to cancel it because it stays for a little bit, then it starts going down again. All right, let's see if I can cancel. So any button to cancel to return to home, guys. Pretty good drone. We tested most of the functions. We did do a little orbit. One of the things we weren't able to test successfully is the actual waypoints. We might have to do that in a future video. Waypoints. Since we're running out of battery, we'll see what happens when it actually goes completely out of battery. But this drone, I was actually impressed, guys. Really impressed. I am getting the low battery warning. We're at 22%. We'll just kind of see what it does. It is drifting a little bit. It is really windy, guys. Bring it down. You can see the angle of the drone. It's just, like I said, that's just because it is really windy. It's fighting the wind every second. It looked like it's trying to land by itself. And it is cutting grass, and we'll go ahead and we'll disarm the motor. So it landed by itself with about 21%, and it's one of those things that I think it's software where I can't actually control it. Maybe it's a setting. Let's see. Nothing there. Can I fire it back up? Nope. All right, it looked like that's it for our first flight. We'll go ahead and stop that. I'll have to go to the footage to see our exact flight time because I did stop the video at a certain point, and I'm guessing it's about 12 minutes or so. But this drone, very impressed, guys. So this is a good drone in my opinion. If you guys are beginners that's getting into the hobby, that needs something that's not going to break the bank, that can take a crash, can take a hard hit, that does have camera, does have some flight functionality, smart flight functionality, GPS as well, this is a good starter drone. If you guys have any questions about this, just drop them in the comment section below. MRC, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.